Hi everyone. Ooh, sorry, I almost knocked that over. Thanks for watching this video today. So I just want you guys to get to know me a little better. Since our teams are growing, there's a lot of people who might not have me on Snapchat, Instagram, or Facebook. So this will give them a little bit more of an idea of who their upline is. So yeah. So basically, everything I have to talk about has to deal with relationships, and in the end, you'll understand why those relationships are the most important part about me. Okay, so I'm 26 years old. I am a single mom. I do live in a small town called Boulder City. It's like 30 minutes outside of Las Vegas, Nevada. I love it here. I love the country feel to it. I grew up in this town, so it's home. It is home. I am looking to move to the East Coast / South area within the next 2 years, so I am excited. But for now, it's a good town. It's a good place to be, and it's really family oriented. So, anyways, so growing up, I had a really rough childhood. At home, I had a stepmom who I'm pretty sure hated me, and she was really mean, and she just tore me down all the time. She's just so negative. We didn't have like a warm mother-daughter relationship. We never talked about boys or fashion or skincare or makeup, or we didn't have like mother-daughter dates or anything. I'm sorry, my hair is kind of bugging me right now. And then at school, I got picked on at school because I weigh 100 pounds. I've weighed 100 pounds probably since like 7th, 8th grade. So in high school, I got picked on a lot because of being underweight. So people would tell me, like, you need to eat a cheeseburger, you need to eat a steak, like, do you eat, do you need to talk to someone, do you need help, are you on drugs? There was rumors going around that I was on this drug or I was on that drug, and I've never been on drugs. I've never had to do drugs to stay skinny. It's just how I am. This is naturally how I'm built. I played soccer, so I was active. I had friends that were in like different groups, so I got along with people. I did really well in school, but the people who would pick on me, or sometimes it would be like friends that would like joke around, and after a while it really got to me, and so it was like probably halfway through my freshman year I started getting depressed, and that's when like the body hate started happening for me. I started believing people that the way I looked wasn't right, and there was something wrong with me, and I wasn't beautiful because I didn't weigh more. So instead of focusing on like bettering myself or bettering my life or loving myself for who I am, I focused all my energy into my high school sweetheart, into the relationship we had. So I made him like the center of my world, and that was the worst thing I could have ever done in my life. 1, it drove him away. 2, I didn't even know myself. Like, that's all I focused on because I didn't want to focus on myself. And we were on and off for 10 years. So for 10 years, I tried to force something with someone so I didn't have to be alone, and so I didn't have to focus on myself. But for 10 years, I could have focused on myself, and I could have bettered myself, and I would be closer to where I want to be in life right now. But our relationship got to the point where he would break up with me pretty much every other week. But I didn't want to deal with my own issues, so I like made up this crazy thing in my head that he really loves me, and he was going to wake up one day magically and just realize how much he loves me and how much he wanted to be with me, and he would start treating me right and all this stuff. It's crazy, and I really hope my daughter never does that, because it was really sad. And every time he broke up with me, I just got more depressed, and I was like, oh, what's wrong with me? Like, why doesn't he love me? Like, there must be something wrong. Maybe I'm not beautiful. Maybe this, maybe that. And but I know now that no one can love you until you love yourself. So, and no one's going to make you happy until you start making yourself happy. So if that's where you're at in life right now, where you're having debt in relationships, focus on yourself. So at 17, my dad died, which was really hard. When I was about 15, him and my stepmom had split. So it was like the first time in my life after my stepmom and him split that we actually got to spend time with my dad and got to get to know him. And when he died, it was devastating. I was 17. And I still needed my dad. I'm sorry. I have filmed this like so many times. Try not to cry. So from 17 until 21, those were like the darkest times of my life. I pretty much drank every day. I smoked weed every day. And I have nothing against weed. It was great because it helped me relax. It calmed me down. It stopped the anxiety. It helped with the depression. But I have a daughter now, so I can't smoke weed until it's legal, maybe. But I pretty much gave up on myself. I gave up on the world. I didn't care about anyone. I didn't care about anything. I hurt a lot of people that I really cared about, and I lost people that I wanted in my life forever. I stole from jobs. I pretty much just went through the motions. I'm sorry, I have notes so I don't ramble because I like to get off topic. I would just have meaningless drunken hookups, which half the time I didn't even remember like who I hooked up with because I was that drunk. And I had a lot of dead-end relationships that went nowhere, and I knew they would go nowhere, but I still got with the person because didn't want to focus on myself. It gave me something to focus on. It was a distraction. So I filled my life with all these distractions. I was self-destructing. I was killing myself. I was so unhappy. But I believed that no one was going to love me. I wasn't good enough. I didn't look good. I wasn't pretty. So I didn't even try. I got the opportunity to move to Wyoming with my sister about February 2012. 2 weeks after I moved, I found out I was pregnant, and I was devastated. I cried my eyes out. I didn't want to have a baby. I didn't want to get pregnant. I didn't want to be pregnant. I didn't want to give birth. I didn't want to be a single mom, and I knew I would be. I didn't want any of that. I didn't even want kids. I wanted to be a model. That's what I wanted to do in life, was be a model, be one of the pretty girls, make a lot of money, travel, have this glamorous life. Bam. I knew that was never going to happen. So I didn't want her. I didn't want my baby. I did not get an abortion. I don't believe in abortions personally. So for the first time since my dad died, I put my faith in God, and I said, okay, God, this happened for a reason. Obviously there's something bigger happening. I'm going to trust in him. I'm going to follow this path, and I'm going to just deal with it. And I did, and I dealt with it. I started dating someone when I was 5 months pregnant. We moved to Oklahoma in August 2012. I was due October 2012. So I moved away from my sister to Oklahoma with this guy who, I don't even know why I was so in love with him. I had my baby. It was the loneliest time of my life. He was not the family man. He was not connected to the pregnancy or to my daughter at all. But I stayed with him, and then we got engaged. In February 2013, we got engaged, and I was like, all right, well, he really loves me. Like, he's committed to me. He's committed to the family, because that's what marriage means, right? When someone gives you a ring, it means you're the one forever. There's no one else. He's not even thinking about someone else. Like, this is it. No. He cheated on me. So I moved back to Las Vegas, February 2014. I got a job because out in Oklahoma I was a stay-at-home mom. I got a job, and I did really well at my job. I went from a server to a cocktail server to a bartender to the lead trainer, so I trained all the new employees, to a shift coordinator, which is an hourly manager. And I was actually gaining confidence. It's like, wow, I'm actually good at something. People see good in me. And it was the first time in a long time that people stood by me. And then when I messed up, they were like, hey, Mater, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? This isn't you. What's happening? You're better than that. And they pushed me and they challenged me, and I loved that job. I loved it. But it did cost me. I worked 6 days a week. I worked weekends. I worked holidays. I sometimes worked from home. I would work off the clock there sometimes. But I was so focused on what I could do to make the restaurant better, what I could do to make my employees happy, what I could do to better this or better that, make the guests happy every single time. And I was like, oh, I'm like good at this. This is what I'm good at, is helping people and improving things. And so last year, about March 2016, I got back with my ex-fiance. I was like, all right, he's grown, I've grown, we're different people. Let's make it work. No. We got back together. I just wanted to date. I wanted to be boyfriend, girlfriend, get to know each other, you know, just like date. No, he wanted to get married. He wanted me to move back to Oklahoma. He wanted me to be a stay-at-home mom. And I'm like, no. And then he's like, well, I'll just move to Vegas and I could like work remotely, you know. And I'm like, no, like I didn't want all that. I just wanted to date and get to know him and take my time this time. I just wanted to give time because I've never done that with any relationship. So I broke up with him. And I decided I was going to focus on myself. I was going to date myself. I was going to better myself. I was going to do every single thing in my life I've ever wanted to do that everyone told me no. I was never going to do it. I wasn't good enough. It was crazy. It's never going to work. Blah, blah, blah. And I have. And it's been almost a year. So about the end of July, the beginning of October, I started doing that. I started dating myself. I started focusing on myself. It's been the best almost year of my life ever. I go out by myself, so I'll go to country concerts by myself. I'll take myself to a movie. I'll go out to dinner. I could eat 2 pounds of crab legs, eat a Pizookie. I don't have to share. I just relax. I focus on me. I exercise every day now because one of my goals has always been to gain 15 pounds. Not to fit in with everyone else, but for myself. So I like how I look, so I'm healthy. And then, so about September 2015, I joined YOUNIQUE, and that's when I started self-development, and that's when I really started my journey to self-love, self-acceptance, forgiving everyone in the past, and YOUNIQUE's also helped me with, like, learning makeup, because that's always been, like, a passion of mine, something I've wanted to explore and get better at. It's helped me build relationships, and it's helped me surround myself with positive people who believe in me and support me and are just there with me on this crazy adventure to own my time and to have financial freedom and to live the life I've always wanted. And that's what the Y Sisterhood is about, is encouraging people and supporting people. So when you're on this journey, sometimes it's going to feel like no one's listening, no one supports you. It doesn't matter if people support you or not. Support yourself. If your husband doesn't support you, your Y sisters will. If your mom doesn't support you, your Y sisters do. If your brothers and sisters say you're crazy, you need to get a real job, this or that, we got your back. So the main thing is just to remember to share. You don't want to sell things, you just want to share. And that's what we do. We just share this opportunity because everyone needs to have the choice whether to jump on it or not. Because talking to women, building relationships, selling makeup and mascara, and helping women gain their confidence and their freedom is what this company is about. And that's what we do. We help women fall in love with themselves. We help women look in the mirror and say, wow, I am beautiful. I am a badass. I could do anything I want to do. Wow, I could go on vacation because I sell mascara. I could stay home with my kids all because of my makeup business. That's what this is about. So don't forget that. Don't lose track. It is a job. You do have to work, put in a lot of work every day. You got to be consistent, but it'll pay off. It's going to pay off. So that's just a little bit about me. All those dead end relationships, everything, all that time and energy I put into everything else, I'm putting into myself and my makeup and the life I want. And it's been the best adventure I've ever been on. And every day I find something new that I'm like, oh wow, like I like this, or I'm good at this, or wow, like wow, I really do have a pretty smile, or oh wow, like my eyebrows are good looking. I just fall in love with myself and my life even more every single day. And this has given me the opportunity to stay at home with my daughter, which for 3 years I worked 6 days a week. So I missed out on a lot of her life. So I'm happy to not have to do that anymore, to be here with her. I can eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner with her. We could stay up till midnight and eat ice cream if we want, because we don't have to wake up at a certain time. It's freeing, and that's what this is about. So keep your goals in mind. Keep your goals close to you. Look at them every day. Make a dream jar. Make a goal binder. Make little post-its everywhere if you have to. Never forget your why you joined, why you're doing this. And don't forget to just share. Share the love. The love of the products, the love of the lifestyle, the love of the sisterhood, the love of the company, the Y Foundation. That's all you gotta do. Just share the love. So I hope you guys liked this video. If there's anything else you want to know, or you want to talk or anything, you can always email me at missmater@yahoo.com. Make sure we are friends on Facebook, and that you get added to all the groups as well. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.